Question. On the 3rd November 2018, after reciting sutras at the Guanyin Siddha Center, I heard Guanyin Bodhisattva's voice instructing me to witness a trial in the underworld on that night. She said, "Today's trial involves an offender who deviated in his cultivation when alive. He used his supernormal power to help other people check on their karma and change their destiny. These are the psychic mediums that the Master mentioned before, and in so doing, interfered with their karma. The offender is being chased by enforcement officers in the underworld. Your trip could be risky. Therefore, before taking you to the underworld, your soul will be protected by a shield of golden light." When the offender was alive, he had used witchcraft to engage in spiritual practice for some time, so his supernormal power is quite something. That night, as I fell asleep, I felt slightly lighter than before as I was whisked off to the King of Hell's office in the underworld by rays of golden light. That night, the guards at the hall of the King of Hell were highly vigilant. Some tall and fierce-looking guards had been assigned from other halls to guard the entrance of the court. The King of Hell glared at the offender who was pinned to the ground. This offender was much bigger than the others. As he practiced witchcraft when alive, he stood at about 1.5 times the height of a normal person, and his soul was black in color. He was pinned to the ground by 2 enforcement officers who stood 4 or 5 times taller than a typical person's soul. The King of Hell told me that when he dispatched enforcement officers to arrest this offender, he used supernormal powers to fight, making it more difficult to have him captured. The King of Hell scolded the offender, "When alive, you were ignorant of karma and your intentions were deviant. You revealed and interfered with others' karma. You used unorthodox methods and witchcraft to exorcise spirits, and you accepted your followers' mandatory offerings. Do you know that these actions are taboos in the underworld? Some people have heavy negative karma, although they still have years to live. Their health and careers are on the decline. This is the result of their deeds, their karmic retribution. Moreover, there were people who had committed way too many crimes, so the souls of their innocent victims sought revenge. You recklessly used deviant supernormal powers to change their destiny, and you pried into the records of the underworld. That is totally forbidden in heaven and the underworld. When I ordered the enforcement officers to hunt you down, you retaliated with supernormal powers. Some people had committed heinous crimes, yet you helped them use your supernormal powers to interfere with their karma. There's no ground of appeal for your offenses. You are hereby sentenced to be punished in the unintermittent hell." As he was being taken away, the offender was full of rage. His ferocious expression frightened me, but fortunately, I was being protected by the shield of golden light. The King of Hell said to me, "The practitioners of Guanyin Siddha Dharma Do must realize that everybody reaps what they have sown. Some, despite practicing Buddhism, perform fortune-telling, interfering with people's karma, and changes their destiny in exchange for money. The underworld considers them to be extremely repulsive. The reason you are here is to convey to other practitioners of Guanyin Siddha that if they fail to reform their ways and properly apply the teachings of your master, Jun Hong Lu, they will bear the same consequences as that offender. Do not fool around with me. Heaven has its laws, and so does the underworld. Your master is delegated by Guanyin Bodhisattvas to use his totem reading power to teach people about the working of karma. That way, the people of human world know that good will be rewarded and evil punished. This is all part of promoting Buddhism and saving people's Western life. Kid, you must cultivate properly and read your master's book Buddhism in plain terms. The book lays out the principles of karma in heaven and the underworld. Alright, return to the human world now. Enveloped in a ray of golden light, I returned. Master Jun Hong Lu's reply. This person has visited the hell realm many times. I have checked, and everything she said is true. You must be diligent in your practice, as this lets you know how karma works. When you are cultivating your mind and practicing Buddhism, aren't your prayers fulfilled quickly? If you don't practice diligently, won't your karmic retribution come quickly? If it's something efficacious, it works both ways.